Extra time. I do wonder if we've got any questions.
Well,
can you see anything?
What? Do you need me to go get the questions? Man, I change your pace.
Watch this pace.
What?
So extra time today. We definitely have Stuart Robson joining us. We were hoping to have Frank Leboeuf, but I'm not too sure.
Is this a two-pager?
He disappeared earlier. He was very angry about the Chelsea result, as you saw at half-time, and that anger has continued. But yeah, two one-pager. All right.
Who's that? Frank is angry?
Frank was angry, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there's Robbo.
There
He's probably wondering where the music is
I'm
too.
still here.
Hello, Robbo. We love having you here. Don't tell Derek Ray about my pronunciations tonight, please. He wouldn't be happy.
Oh, he's heard them already. I've just had a text from him saying, "Get Kay off." What's she doing?
All right.
Hey, he went with a quick hook.
He was straight in there, Robbo. I didn't even need to think about it.
I'll tell you what. One mistake,
Frank,
and Derek will have you straight off. Yeah.
It is Dembele at the World Cup final. Let's go to the bench.
Off you go. I better stay anyway. Someone has to read the questions. I'm getting told Frank's coming back in for this one. I'm just waiting 1 second to see if he is, because if he is, first question is for him. There's the music.
Hey, the music's here.
So we've definitely got the music. I'm going to put the first question to Robbo instead, okay?
Okay.
And then we'll see what happens with Frank. Okay. For Robbo, Chelsea, if you're in charge of the club, what would you do to get the best finish possible to the season? And what would you do in the summer for next season?
Well, I don't like sacking managers, because it's up to the board have appointed him, and they've obviously got some sort of plan. They gave him the job, so they should stick with him for the rest of the season. Now it's up to the manager to do his part of the work. He's got to get, and the medical side, to get their players fit. He's got to get as many players fit as he can, and while they're getting fit, he's got to put out a strong side. He's got to get them playing a system that he likes and the players like. He's got to start getting results and get a bit of consistency with the selection and the results. And then in the next summer, then they can look at rebuilding or buying new players, getting other players out that he doesn't like. But he's got to make sure they get some results fairly soon. Otherwise, he's going to be under a lot of pressure.
Robbo, how many more defeats can he afford?
Probably, and Craig said it in the show, if the crowd turn on you, and the crowd are beginning to turn on the manager, you're going to be under pressure. And I think he can probably only get away with another couple of defeats in the next 2 or 3 games. So he's a manager that needs to get results very, very quickly.
Frank has decided to join us. He's already been to let off some steam. He's calmed down. He's had a little meditation session.
It's been a tough day for Frank.
It's been a tough day for Frank. Yeah. Welcome back in, Frank. Well, this question was originally for you. If you're in charge of Chelsea, what do you do to get the best finish possible to the season? And what would you do in the summer for next season?
Well, to finish the season in a proper way, I think I will draw something on the blackboard, and I would say, okay, I want to know who are the players ready to play for me and to play for the colours with the pride that I need them to play with a wire frame of mind, and not just going around and not doing anything. So I will go to go back to the basics. In fact, I will go with the players who want to fight for the club and just want to go ready to sweat a lot for the club. Then for the next season, we have to work on what's going on with the new players that they bought, Fofana, Bachile, and some others, and with the young lads and everything, to make sure that we have a good team with a competitive team, and see what's going on with Thiago Silva, what's going on with Koulibaly. I want to go back to the basic, and for me the basic is to make sure that defensively and in the middle of the park we are competitive. We still have the problem that the Chelsea has at front that hasn't been resolved for the past 3 years, I would say. But at least they were keeping clean sheets at the time, which is not the case right now. So you have to go back to the basics, solve the problem that you have to solve at first, which is defensively, and then try to get the results, offensively. But I will try to buy some players that I need in the spine. Hopefully, with the return of Chilwell and Reece James, I think I can have a competitive team.
Even the Wi-Fi signal is angry today.
Even the Wi-Fi signal.
I know.
But he's here, and that's what matters. Robbo, who's playing at a higher level right now? Rico Lewis or Alejandro Balde?
I would say Balde. I think he's an exceptional player. I think he's done really well. I mean, he came off late on in the game today, but I think he's a top class player, and he will be for quite some while. So I'm going to go with him at the moment.
Are you going to agree with Robbo?
When you started reading the question and you said Rico Lewis, and then you said or Alejandro, I'm like, whoa, wait a second. I'm ready, baby.
A higher level right now, though, should have been the giveaway, right?
Yeah, well, no. Okay, Kay, I see what you're doing there.
Yeah.
I could last 10 minutes. I got 10 minutes in me of high quality, and then it drops off very quickly.
Right.
I would say Alejandro Balde. And Alejandro Balde, don't forget, was a player for Spain in this past World Cup. Rico Lewis has done a lot of good things for Manchester City, but he is in the very early stages, whereas Alejandro Balde, while still young, has had already major experiences both with Barcelona and the Spanish national team.
The next question, don't get confused here, Frank, because it's a Frank name, but not yours, all right?
Okay.
Do Frank de Boer and Roberto Martínez, do Frank de Boer and Roberto Martínez have the same agent? Seriously, how did Martínez manage to land the Portugal job? This is the question, that's not me saying it.
Who's that to, Frank or?
Last question.
I was going to ask Frank,
No.
yeah.
Well, I don't know. No, it's all about networks in nowadays, and I still like Mr. Martinez. We used to work together for ESPN. I think he's a very interesting character, and I just want to wish him good luck. We saw so many coaches, failing with some teams and not being successful, but being successful with other teams. So I wish him the best, and let's see how it works, and let's see how Frank de Boer does too.
I was
listen.
Robbo, I want
Kate,
your answer
Kate.
on this one.
Kate, I know Frank fairly well. I've been on a couple of trips with Frank, and he doesn't usually sit on the fence. If ever there was an answer that was sitting on the fence and he didn't want to tell the truth, there was it. Oh, he's a nice guy. Yeah, that was it.
Show him how it's done, Robbo. You answer it.
Well, Roberto Martinez, I think, did an okay job at Everton. He did a fairly decent job at Swansea, and he's obviously a very good coach. We like working with him at ESPN. But I'm not sure with the Belgium side that he had, he got the best out of them in the big tournaments. And I think maybe a really, really top-class coach would have got Belgium to a final, may have won a European Championship, and he didn't do that. So I think he's fairly fortunate to get the Portugal job. And he's obviously got a great agent. And that's why he earned much money when he was at ESPN as well.
What?
We'll move on, shall we? But there you go, Frank. That's how it's done.
Oh,
that was an absolute two-footed tackle from Robbo there.
Frank, by the way, Frank was asked a question. He went with the, well, he's a nice guy. Oh, all right.
Let's see what he has to say about the next one.
Guy.
Speaking of national team jobs. For Frank, do you think the French Football Federation giving Deschamps an extension is the right move for him and also the national team? What could that mean for the short-term future of Zidane? Will he try to get back into club management, and could Chelsea be a spot in the future?
Okay, so I think it's only fair that Deschamps carries on. He brought the national team in 2016 to the European Championship final. Then 2018 he won the World Cup. He brought the national team to the final in 2022 World Cup, which was unexpected with all the injuries that we had, and created a real character to the team and into the dressing room. So I was very pleased, and I think it's only fair. It's sad for Zizou because, we all expect to see at some point Zizou getting the national team job, and at one point maybe, if he's patient, he's going to get it. And if he wants to come to Chelsea, I would be more than pleased, And last time I said, well, you cannot come to. I told him you cannot come to an English team. You don't speak English. And he said in English, how do you know? And I said, wow, I'm impressed. So he does know, he does speak English a little bit. And of course, who doesn't want to see Zidane at Chelsea? That would be fantastic.
Well, The people who are employing for the US men's national team, according to reports, would like to see Zinedine Zidane in charge of the US men's national team. Reports that he has been approached but turned it down. Frank, do you know anything about this?
No, I don't. I will have a dinner because we have planned a dinner with the national team, like we do every year. We had to postpone it because of the World Cup. So we have a dinner January 23rd. So maybe I will ask the question. But I know one thing for sure. Zinedine Zidane wants to win trophies. So he's only going to pick clubs who can maybe ensure a little bit some big-time trophies. I don't know. I won't say that the U.S. national team can do that, but I have doubts that within 4 years the national team of the U.S. can win the World Cup.
I don't know why Frank hates the Gold Cup. Huh?
I know.
Yeah.
What is that?
Oh, man. The disrespect.
Listen.
Robbo, have you heard about the Gold Cup?
Oh, all the time, Frank. It's only you people in France that don't understand it. The Gold Cup is a great tournament. You obviously haven't been there.
You only have nice people.
And also there's conversation that the United States may just be invited to play Copa America. However, they're not winning that. I'm going to tell you that much. They're not winning that.
Listen, they do say reach for the moon, and at the very least, you'll fall among the stars.
Okay, well, Copa America is not one of those stars.
I mean, for going for Zidane.
Oh. Right. I think you make the approach because you never really know until you ask the question.
I mean, he speaks English perfectly.
Apparently, because he says, "How do you know?" Regardless, imagine that conversation, by the way, in English between Frank and Zinedine Zidane. How did that go? My goodness. Look, I think if you're the United States, the obvious candidate would be Jesse Marsch. That's the obvious candidate. And I don't know whether Jesse Marsch actually would like to walk away from Leeds. He's in a good position in which he may just believe that this is a club that he can continue to grow and develop. But I think the obvious choice and the one that most national team fans here in the United States would be focusing on would be Jesse Marsch.
Next question. Kay, you're a great better half to Dan. That makes it sound like Dan and I are a couple. I assure you we're not. Can you teach Robbo how to pronounce Manchester, please? He skips the S every time. I've never noticed this, Robbo.
Yeah, and Dan always tells me that as well. So I should say Manchester, and I say Manchester. I sort of mumble it somehow. And when I say it quickly, I don't quite get it right. But you don't always want to say Manchester, right? Because it's up north. We don't really talk about teams up north from where I am.
Aren't you from up north?
I'm a true northerner in every sense of the word, Robbo.
Wow.
I don't know if that was another.
Yeah, but I can say Middlesbrough. Yeah, I can say Middlesbrough. I just can't say Manchester.
All right. He gets a pass.
Okay.
He gets a pass.
Now, I have a quick question.
Mind you, Kate. Sorry, Ali. Middlesbrough was voted the most boring city in England only 2 years ago. So that's where Kay comes from.
Because I'm not there anymore.
Well,
and that's a compliment.
Is that a backhanded compliment?
I'm not having any of those awful polls as well by people who haven't even been and spent time in the town. That's my say.
Quick question. Who wears a turtleneck better? Stewie or Frank? I'm just saying. Obviously not today because Frank decided to go with a sexy V-neck, but usually he's got the turtleneck, so...
I'll tell you who wore it better than me today. That was Pep Guardiola. Did you see that grey jumper he had on today? That was magnificent.
True.
I'm very envious of that one.
I'll tell you how I'll decide.
You look very handsome, Robbo. You look very handsome.
Frank, have you got anything nice to say about Middlesbrough, Frank?
Oh, here we go.
Did I have something? What did you say? Can
you
say again
nice
about
to say about
Middlesbrough?
the northeast of England and Middlesbrough? Anything nice?
They had the best striker in the world after Alejandro Moreno, Jan Fjotov.
Hey,
that's a compliment.
Don't know that was about Middlesbrough. It was more about.
He just thought of anything he knew about Middlesbrough.
And that's it. It was very limited.
Okay.
What about Ravanelli?
Robbo wins the polo neck.
No, we want to thank you. We want to thank Middlesbrough for giving us, the FA Cup and the League Cup the year after. So thank you very much.
Do you know what the right answer was there? We want to thank Middlesbrough for giving us Kay Murray.
Yes, Kay Murray. I am thankful every day.
You've just scored an own goal, Frank. So that's double points. That's double points for Robbo with the polo net in that competition.
Oh my goodness! It's a tough day for Frank. It's a tough day for Frank.
Done. That's it. I'm going. I'm fuming. I'm more angry than Frank was at half-time of the Chelsea game.
And that's a lot to say.
Join us tomorrow for more.
Thank you for your text, Kay, by the way.